We can go ahead and take questions for Coach Aranda. Jason?
Coach, looking at all the options you had after Gary left, did you ever doubt that staying here would be the ideal situation for you?
No, this was something I wanted to do right from the start. I know my family is awfully comfortable here. My wife loves it here. Kids have a great school environment, have friends to the house about every other day. I know that I love the kids here, especially the group that's coming up. I'm excited about their potential and what we can accomplish, and so very happy that it worked out.
Jesse?
Dave, is it gratifying to you in any sense to know that all the work you put in the past 2 years and the success you had led to this opportunity, that that's the reason that you're still here, that Paul really wanted you?
I'm very humble I feel I've been blessed, and I look back at the relationships that I had with the previous staff, with Gary and with Chad, with Bill, with TJ, with Andy, really grew close to Andy Ludwig, and just the interaction there, the fellowship. So I was blessed to be given this opportunity in the first place, and I know that with the new staff coming in, with Joe, with Inoki, there's great guys as well, and so take advantage of the people that you have and what you can learn from them, and how you can grow, how you can become better, and so I'm awfully excited for that part of it, and I see it as a blessing.
Andy?
Dave, it's been suggested that you and Paul have a lot in common, personality-wise, tactics-wise, that type of thing. What was it like sitting down and making that discovery for yourself, talking to Paul, and maybe coming to some of the same conclusions about what you wanted to do and how he wanted to run this place?
There's been great conversations. I think, in the past here, when I would have discussions with past coaches, or I'm talking with my wife, it'd be, Dave, come on, let's get on with it. What are we trying to get to? What's the point? And so it's always good to be able to talk something through and get to all sides of the argument, the good, the bad, the in between, and I've been able to do that with Paul, and I see that in Joe too. There's a thoroughness there, and so it's I'm excited about what can come of that, whether it is spring ball or Alabama, whatever it is.
Dave, when you first started talking to Paul, did you talk much X's and O's about whether or not you would remain as a 3-4 front, or maybe switch over to a 4-3?
No, not really. A lot of it was more personality, getting to know Coach, and then Coach getting to know me, probably most important, and talking about how practice has been structured, things he liked, expectations for the defense, those types of things.
You care to share, Dave, what the expectations of the defense will be this coming season?
We can improve in all areas, and I say that with full confidence. We got the ability to do that. I look back at whatever success that we've had, we can build on those things, whether it was being a stout front without a lot of movement, without a lot of pressure the first year. And then this past year, movement every snap, the ability to create pressure. You like to have a balance somewhere there in between, to where we can dictate that, as opposed to, at times, that being dictated to us. And then, two, the ability to create takeaways. I feel I have failed in that area the last 2 years. We can be better in that area. And I look at the bowl games, I look at these playoff games, and the success that comes to teams that create takeaways. And so that's going to be a huge point of emphasis for us moving forward. The third thing I would say would be the ability to finish the season. I feel like the previous 2 years there's been a stretch there of games where there's been success on defense, and we have not necessarily finished the season the way that we played in the interior or maybe the start of the season. And so I think there's things that we can do to help facilitate that and be better in that area. And so, looking forward to doing that.
Along those lines of finishing the season, obviously a different performance from the Big Ten championship game to the bowl game.
Right.
What did you see differently? And I'm sure you probably wanted to see more better things, but
Correct.
what was the difference from Ohio State to Auburn?
One of the best feelings to me is that when you have a bunch of guys, whether it be players, coaches, support staff, you name it, just the community of Wisconsin Badger football be all in. And when we played Auburn and the offense got to the point to where we could get, we were struggling there at the end in terms of catching our wind, in terms of we were losing the edge on the perimeter, and to go into overtime and to look in Marcus Trotter's eye and to look into Warren Herring's eyes and know that they knew we were going to win. That was so cool. And you felt that. Sam Arson's walking by and, we're going to win this, And so that is such a big part of why we do what we do. And that there's a lot of work to get to that point. There's a lot of work in terms of getting to know who your guys are and how they respond and get them to play together. But that was very evident in that game. That was very evident. And so that's a strength of ours, We've got to be able to call it up a little bit more.
Rob.
Dave, with what you saw in the national championship game and with Ohio State setting the bar so high and
Right.
with new coaches at Michigan and Nebraska especially, how much more difficult do you envision your task being going forward than even it was this year?
Yeah, I'm excited about it. You want to be able to see your conference do well, and you want to be able to have those big games. You want that stage for your players, and to provide them with an opportunity to maybe go further than they thought they could. And so that I know that is a motivating factor for our guys. And, it was this past year, and it'll be even more so this year. And so it creates a hunger, and, we got to continue to feed it.
Anything else for Dave? All right. Thanks, Dave.